Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Stay Shady. I'm your host, Chris, and I have two lovely ladies in the building.
Hey, I'm Amber.
I'm Angelica.
And we are here to give you the little scoop, the whole foolishness that happened at the Grammys before, during, and after. Just want to say first, congratulations to all the winners last night, even though I think, they're a little rigged. But just congratulations, because a Grammy is, in people's eyes, the top thing to get. It's an Oscar, it's an Emmy, it's all those good things. And with that being said, congratulations. But let's get into this pre-Grammy foolishness with Ariana Grande and Nicki Minaj versus, Grammy producer Ken Ehrlich. So Ariana Grande was scheduled to perform at the Grammys last Sunday. However, Ehrlich told the Associated Press on Thursday last week that she wasn't performing at the Grammys. He said that the Recording Academy really wanted her to perform after their conversations over the past month. He went on to say, as it turned out, we finally got to the point where we thought it would work. She felt it was too late to pull something together, for sure. And it's just too bad. She's a great artist, and I'd love to get her in the show this year. Well, a certain somebody, Miss Frappuccino Grande, decided to comment saying, I've kept my mouth shut, but now you're lying on me. I pulled together a performance overnight, and you know that, Ken. It was when my creativity and self-expression was stifled by you. And that, I said I'm not attending. I hope the show is exactly how you want it to be and more. She continued in a second tweet saying, I offered 3 different songs. It's about collaboration. It's about feeling supported. It's about art and honesty, not politics. Not doing favors or playing games. It's just a game, y'all. And I'm sorry, but that's not what music is about to me. So that was what Ariana Grande said. However, the also messy queen, Nicki Minaj, decided to weigh in on the foolishness, saying how she responded basically to a tweet that said, Nicki Minaj has been at the top of her game for way too long and not to have a Grammy. I don't know what white man from the board she pissed off. Nicki responded to this tweet saying, I pissed off the same man Ariana Grande just called out for lying. Grammy producer Ken. I was bullied into staying quiet for 7 years out of fear, but I'll tell my fans the real on the next episode of her, her radio show, Queen Radio. They deserve the truth. So, y'all, without all that juiciness told to y'all, what are your thoughts?
Honestly, why was it taking Ariana Grande having to say something for Nicki to say, to speak out against it? If she's been so adamant about the Grammys, wanted to get a Grammy so bad, kept going for it, all these years, why did it take Ariana to say something about it? When she's always one that had to come to Ariana's defense for everything else.
I don't understand at this point. I love Nicki Minaj to death. Everybody knows this if you do know me. But if you feel as though the Grammys are nothing and they're robbing you time and time again, why even submit your work to the Academy? You know that people are buying your music. People are really in love with you and what you do. Why are you even trying to please the white men on that board? They're out of tune. They're old white men. This culture is totally different from when they were, teenagers, when they were young adults. So it's just at this point, first, why did you wait until a certain somebody else came out and said, their truth? Why didn't you say this before? Because I always thought you deserved a Grammy. I know in 2012 when you were nominated first and you lost New Artist to I don't know who, I still know to this day who that person is. I'm pretty sure they're gone off the face of the earth. I don't know who that is, but you deserve that Grammy. Don't even worry about it because Grammys don't mean nothing at the end of the day. So, Angelica, did you want to say anything about this?
I mean, I get her point of view and her perspective because even though you're okay, people are buying my music, this and that, as an artist it must be nice to have some sort of validation in this, and the whole, there's the EGOT, so all of those awards, and for her it would be the Grammys. And even though it is full of white rich men who dictate it, it's still going to be a part of an artist. It's going to be like, I want that validation that, like, I did do something and, like, I made an impact and, like, people recognize my, like, it's a tangible item. So I get where she's coming from and, like, why she's still submitting her stuff, even though, like, she knows she's not going to get it.
Yeah, but, like, you know, a good old artist by the name of J. Cole said, you got to stop looking for that validation. He's just saying, you shouldn't be looking at no validation from the Grammys. For what? If people are buying your music, you are rich as any other person. You got the money.
In my opinion, Nicki cares a lot about validation in terms of awards.
You're right.
It's mainly just so that she can say that she is, like, the quote-unquote, oh, the first female to do this, the first female rapper to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's not even about, like, her fans or whatever. Like, it's just about her having this validation.
Which it sucks. Like, I feel as though, yeah, if she had a Grammy, you'd think she would be acting the same way.
Of course.
You think so?
Of course.
You think so, for real?
Yeah.
Oh. Why?
Because even if she didn't get a Grammy, like, the whole thing with, like, Cardi B still charting and, like, her, you know, not charting, like, as highly, that's still going to be, like, an issue for her, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And she just is not used to having another female presence in the rap industry, like, a strong female presence like Cardi B,
Mm-hmm.
like, so fast. So I think that the fact that she is achieving success, Cardi B is achieving success so fast is, like, an issue.
Oh, yeah. Because, mind you, she has 3 number ones under her belt in a span of 2 years almost. What? But as far as the Ariana Grande situation, I know Ken wanted a certain song to be played at the Recording Academy Awards. Do you feel as though he's, like, entitled to that opinion of choosing what artists perform what songs? Or do you think as though Ariana Grande should have the right to be able to promote her new album by performing her latest 2 singles? Because, so in instance, she wanted to perform 7 Rings and her new song, that Broke Up With Your Boyfriend I'm Bored song, whereas Ken wanted her to perform, you know, the oh so popular Thank You, Next. That sorry statement that people use as a comeback that's so stupid. But anyways, aside from that, so do you think as though he's justified or she justified in the situation, or do you see both sides and understand where they're coming from?
I think that, like, as, you know, someone who's, like, helping produce the Grammys, you do have to cater to the audience. Therefore, like, you have the right to ask the artist to, like, play, like, their song that's most popular at the moment. But at the same time, you can't force them to do so. But I don't see anything wrong with him, like, highly encouraging her to play the song that is most known and most popular at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. What is he? Is he, like, a producer or director for the Grammys?
Oh, he's a producer for the Grammys.
Okay, so, like, I understand where she wants the creative freedom, but also, like, this is his business, and this is his, so he's going to do what he thinks is going to get him the best reviews, just the most positive outcome, and, like, he's looking out for his business at the end of the day.
You two are totally right in this. I feel like I know artists really need to promote, and what better promotion to do than to put it on the Grammys, but like you guys said, they have a show to run. And they want people to tune in. And Thank You Next got such a positive response from the public, as opposed to, like, 7 Rings and the whole controversy with that. And they would just rather have people join in than to boycott the Grammys. Because, like, I saw in a recent article, the Grammys was at an all-time low as far as views go. So they're doing something wrong, and they're trying to make up for it. But let's just move right along from that. And our next topic, I just again want to congratulate Cardi B on her best.
Why'd you say it like that?
I don't know, but I want to congratulate Cardi B for winning Best Rap Album at this year's Grammys. Something that BET couldn't do without dragging somebody else down. I don't know where you do this thing where you guys want to uplift one person by dragging somebody else down, but to each is their own, and they're suffering because BET, before that even said, let me explain what BET did to cause certain people to get angry at them. So, Nicki was brought up in a tweet that BET posted regarding Cardi being the first female rapper to win in that category being Best Rap Album. In the tweet, they said, quote unquote, meanwhile, Nicki Minaj is being dragged by her lace front, which is referring to the statement, the tweet about Cardi winning. In response to this, Nicki tweeted the following, quote unquote, Young Money will no longer be a part of the BET Experience or award show. Summer tour dates dropping soon. This BET Experience is basically a tour. It's a 2-day thing where the first day was Nicki and Young Money. The second day was QC, Cardi B, and everybody who's in QC, which is the Migos, Lil Baby, City Girls, all that. Nicki also posted in a conversation between her and Lil Wayne, basically showing Nicki loyalty, loyalty. Just a little text message thing. So that was good that, through all these years and all the fake people, Lil Wayne is one of the real ones for her. So with that being said, BET issued an apology saying the following. It's kind of lengthy, so bear with me. Quote unquote, BET loves Nicki Minaj. We have supported her from the very beginning of her career and will continue to do so moving forward. Nicki has paved the way for so many performers and has solidified her place as one of the most powerful figures in the music industry. Unfortunately, the respect we have for Nicki was violated by this post that should never have been written. The post does not reflect how we feel about Nicki, and further does not reflect our company's values. We deeply apologize for the hurt, disappointment, and confusion that this post has caused. We are committed to doing everything we can to address the situation. We are also conducting an internal audit to assure these types of people or posts are not published again. We have apologized to Nicki and her team. The post has been removed and we have taken additional appropriate action. We understand Nicki's position and look forward to continuing our dialogue with her. Finally, we apologize to all of her fans. This should never have happened. Whew, that was lengthy. So how do we feel about, Black entertainment television dragging Miss Nicki Minaj in the lights of uplifting Miss Cardi B?
I don't think that they did it to bring down Nicki Minaj. I think it was more so just because BET is trying so hard to retain viewers and just have people watching them that they decided hey, let's just do something to start some controversy so we could bring more attention back to us. But at the same time, it's just no, BET dragging Nicki Minaj or whatever. But Nicki Minaj's fans were literally out here giving a business 0 stars just because they tweeted oh, you want cookies as bad as Nicki Minaj wants a Grammy. And they literally had the restaurant go from a 4.5 star rating to a 1 point something.
Don't mess with her fans.
But you can't get mad at someone else tweeting something about you, you pulling out of this, whatever. But you're not even saying something against your fans, tanking a business. Nicki Minaj will be okay no matter what BET says. Who knows how this business is gonna be with her fans doing all this stuff. I'm not gonna go to a place that's a 1 point something star rating on Yelp.
So, I felt as though BET, you're right about BET trying to stay relevant because they're holding on by a thread at this point. I don't know why they basically are off TV for the most part. They can't even retain themselves on television. I do agree with that, but I felt as though that little shop owner who had the cookies that said "Want me as bad as Nicki wants a Grammy." Why is that even a thing? Are you all really that bored? Y'all couldn't say something else?
I think it's a form of publicity. And it's you're going to use whatever's relevant to try to attract customers. And maybe in this instance, it didn't work because the ratings did go down. There were a lot of Nicki Minaj fans that whatever. But in other situations, it's oh, okay. They said this and it could cause controversy, but it's going to attract, oh, I want to see what's going on. I'm going to go to the cookie shop or whatever and see what's going on. And that's going to attract customers in some way. Just like BET, it's what Amber was saying. It's stirring up the pot. It's oh, okay, we're going to cause some controversy and just to see if we can benefit from this.
That's a shame, ain't it? That you have to drag somebody down to get some publicity. But I do see it is a. I don't think it's a good strategical point for BET though, because BET lost a whole day worth of money because of the fact that Young Money has dropped out from the BET Experience tour.
But who's gonna watch? Who's like?
No, tickets were sold.
I know, but
because
like,
remember, it's a 2-day thing.
But like, honestly, like, and people aren't only going for them. There's still other
I
people
understand, but like I saw plenty of people like saying like, shoot, like I need my refunds now and everything else. I think as a BT could have just said congratulations, like every other person, including myself, because everybody knows, Cardi can get on my last nerve sometimes. But, I'm happy for her. Like, she's happy and everything. And I saw on Instagram, Cardi B responded by saying, like, I'm not the type to drag somebody else down for my happiness. But, like, she's referring to people, like, invalidating her Grammy win. But I just feel as though you don't have to do that. And then, mind you, that little intern, because the intern wrote that, I found out from the inside scoop. And this intern is more than fired. This intern has a bad rep now. You are blackballed because your dumb intern self decided to want to be funny when they lost money. You like the rhyming in that?
He was just trying to, like, he went about it the wrong way, but I think he was just trying to, like, she was just trying to bring attention to BET.
The
and
wrong
just went
attention,
about it the wrong way.
Ain't it the wrong
Well, if
attention.
you're a business, like, who profits off of people talking about your site and watching your site, at that point, no attention is bad attention.
I heard snap, 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 clap, clap, clap. I'm feeling like a kid again. Oh my God, I'm so funny. But just... And I love the way that Lil Wayne is still riding for his little Onika, because they have been with each other for how long now? They have literally been with each other since 2007, y'all. This is 12 years, deep. 12 years deep. But Nicki has been in these streets, in the news for the longest time. But side note, y'all know she back with Offset now, correct? I'm off topic, but... Y'all know she was back with Offset.
I mean, yeah, they went to the Grammys together.
No, but her ring's not gone too.
Okay, yeah, they went to the Grammys together.
Like,
they appeared on the red carpet, and they're over there like locking tongues on the red carpet, like.
And I saw something that Cardi was like, "Know your worth. Like, don't accept just anything. You need to accept what you know you're worth." And I had to laugh because wow, her whole life is a contradiction to that. Yeah. Offset cheating, but yeah. So moving on with that, I wanted to talk about a certain artist respected in the game, the rap game, Mr. Drake. Drake was actually cut off during the Grammys when he was accepting his award for Best Rap Song for God's Plan, after he was basically invalidating the Grammys. He was essentially saying that the Grammys isn't a direct measure of how successful an artist actually is. Facts. The most important thing is that people are listening to your music. He's talking about how it's important if that little grocery store, cashier was saving money to buy your tickets, and that's what matters. People really care about your music. And that was when the microphone was cut off and they went into commercials. I know they had timing issues as far as the Grammys and everything as that, because it was actually a really long Grammys from what I gathered. And I don't know if that was the case or they just really didn't want to hear Drake, because Drake has refused to perform at the Grammys for a long time now because of the fact that he hates the politics that go behind. And I was shocked to even see him even step foot into that building. So, but well, he's so unpredictable. I don't even know. But just, he was making a great point, wasn't he?
Well, I mean, like, I think it goes more into just the fact that as an artist, your worth increases with the amount of awards that you get. So it doesn't matter how many, records you sell. It doesn't matter, how many fans that you have. Once you put that, Grammy award winning. That is what you'll always be referred to as, like, 2-time Grammy award winning person, like 3-time Oscar winner. Like, that is what, like, everyone is, like, referred to. And so that's why they put so much emphasis and importance on actually having that Grammy. And, like, he does have a point, but at the same time, it's like, in our society today, the way that we view musicians and different artists, those who hold awards are more desired and have more fame and more money than those. And you have so much more attention when you do win a Grammy. I mean, who was that woman that won that no one knew about?
That country lady. That
Like,
won, like, the best record of the year or something?
Yeah, no one knew about her, but look, I'm pretty sure, like, her, like, net worth has just increased dramatically because now everyone's looking at, like, oh, who's this? And, like, who's she? And blah, blah, blah. And like, everyone's talking about her now when no one was before. So having that, like, while, like, yes, it is more important to have, like, those sales and everything, having a Grammy and having an award increases your success so much more than just having, like, fans.
It's like, Alicia Keys has 15 Grammys, and, like, her music lately, like, I haven't heard it, or, like, I have, if the ones that I have heard, it's not like her early 2000 album, where she got so much success off of it, but she has 15 Grammys. So, she's still relevant, she's still, like, up there with the other musicians and with the other artists, same as John Legend. So
y'all made some really good points. Yo, I'm proud, y'all. Well, I'm kind of freeballing this now because I didn't expect us to talk about this stuff in so quick. However, I'm just gonna go off my mind. So, how do you feel about, in general, Cardi winning Best Rap Album over people like, Mac Miller and Travis Scott? I don't know if Drake was nominated in that category. For Scorpion, was he?
I can check.
I don't know.
I feel like he was. But how do you feel about her winning over them? Because she actually deleted her Instagram because of the fact that so many people were saying that she did not deserve that award. And what I will say is that in that category, Cardi deserved that award because the fact that in Brave...
You would?
I know, isn't it shocking? I actually agree that her album, Invasion of Privacy, should have won. I understand Travis Scott had a good year, but, like, Cardi's album, sales-wise, was refreshing to see because she was always top 10. Her album went, I think, 2 times platinum. All her singles on her album were either gold or they were platinum. Everybody, you cannot lie to me. I will not even lie to myself. Everyone was singing Bodak Yellow in the club when it came out. I think now no one wants to hear it. However, you can't tell me no one was singing Bodak Yellow. And then other songs that she has, I like it. Since that song came out, that song was in rotation. Not even released as a single, as an album cut. It was in rotation. So I think Cardi was consistent these 2 years. Features and single-wise as a lead artist. So I feel as though she does deserve it. I noticed there was backlash because of the fact that the Grammys invited Mac Miller's, was it parents?
Yeah,
Parents. And, like, the mom got her thing tailor-made. They told them to write a speech because, if you're told that, you think you're going to win. However, I don't think Mac Miller should have won. Travis Scott had a good year. I think even Travis Scott would be over Mac Miller. I just think a death does not equate to you having to get a Grammy.
I mean, I definitely think, like, they should focus on the music and, like, not the situation. But I also think that, like, for somebody whose son just recently passed away due to something like drug overdose, I think that, like, if you're going to invite them, like, if they're going to do, like, a tribute or something to Mac Miller, then it's, like, yes, invite the parents and, like, or somehow tell them that, like, not to get their hopes up because they're over here thinking that they're going to be taking this, like, accepting this on behalf of their kid. And it's, like, his final, basically, like, ode to the music world. And so I think that, like, inviting them, like, that wouldn't have been a problem. If you tell them to, like, write a speech, I think it gives them false hope. And, like, it's, like, their last thing of clinging on to their child. because you're looking at it from the perspective of like two parents who just lost somebody.
Let me not be so harsh.
So, and like from like just a music perspective, like no, like I haven't heard the album, so I can't say anything. But as a parent, like I think like yeah, it's like oh come, like your son was nominated, but that doesn't mean that he's gonna win. And as long as that was made clear, like that's okay. But
I think my main thing is just the fact that they're like, oh, if he wins, then we'll show the tribute. Like, this man died. Like, why does it... Yeah. They told the parents, like, okay, like, you know, we'll fly you out there. We'll pay for your tickets, everything. And, like, if he does win, like, please, like, prepare a speech on his behalf, and we'll play a tribute for him. Why does he need to win for, like, a tribute to be given? Like, this man, like, gave his, like, his life and, like, his soul to, like, music and, you know, producing music for, like, the masses. And you can't even, like... You're going to use him to, like, in your categories, you know, to, like, see, like, who has the best music. Like, you're going to use him. And then kind of just ignore his entire presence and ignore his death by, like, refusing to give him a tribute just because he didn't, like, win, while you still have the time to fly his parents out there and, like, have them prepare a speech on behalf of their dead son that can only be given if he wins. And for them to be prepared to see a tribute that will only be seen if he wins.
Yeah.
And that just showed that, like, how much, like, those, like, Academy societies place winning above the actual life and existence of the artist.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I mean, again, rest in peace, Mac Miller. Like, you'll be remembered, even though the Grammys did that. But let's talk about This Is America winning 3 categories. It won Song of the Year, Video of the Year, and Record of the Year. Do y'all agree with that? Like, it winning 3 awards?
I mean, I agree with the music video. I mean, like, was it the most, like, aesthetically, you know, pleasing, like, you know, video? Like, no. But was it the most eye-opening and representative of our society today? And, like, the most, what's the word for it? It was the most, attention-getting video. Because it made you aware of, if you were not previously aware, it made you aware of the things that are going on in our society. And it just showed you how, like, our society focuses on such different things when there's other horrible things going on in our society.
It opens that eye. Because, you know, y'all be thinking America's all glitz and glamour, but for us colored folk, think again, Chief. Next, I'll be talking about Miss Ariana Grande winning Pop Vocal Album. This is her first Grammy, actually, if y'all didn't notice this. Surprisingly enough, did y'all know that Thank You Next was her first #1?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that. So even her first Grammy, I didn't believe that, because this girl has been in the game for how long now, and people have been loving her since the days of Victorious.
But she didn't really put out music.
I know, yeah, but I'm saying, like, she's been out for a while in this industry as far as music goes. I'm shocked that she even like was awarded this so, like, late in her music career.
Well, she was, like, out, but she never really had, like, that many, you know, albums and that much, like, you know, presence.
She was still establishing herself as an artist and not, like, the girl from Victorious.
I know, but she's been out for a while, like, out for a good hot second. I'm just gonna go over a couple more winners, and then we'll move on to some juiciness that I was very shocked about. I was so shocked about. So we have Ella Mai was awarded for Boot Up for Best R&B Song.
Best R&B song?
Yeah. I think that was deserved. Look at R&B now. You think R&B is anything like it was in the 90s or 80s or before that? So R&B now is literally that. But come on. Be-dee-da-da. Boot up. Ooh.
No.
Ba-do. Boot up. Okay, sorry. And then her was nominated, I think, 5 times at the Grammys, and she won one for Best R&B Album. H.E.R got her credit she deserved because y'all don't see her out here in some controversy like other artists. H.E.R is not out here,
She's got her shade, just chilling
like a villain with no ceiling. You know, she deserved that because I know her album. I actually like listened to it, and you know, I was glad to hear that somebody who's not really like out there is winning and being, you know,
getting the recognition that they deserve.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm cutting out. Even though I say Grammys are not the best thing or like the most important thing, I just think it's cool.
And Chloe and Halle, the ones that Beyonce like.
They're like her.
Yeah,
like,
the one.
mentees.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they're amazing. Honestly, I'm glad that they're at the Super Bowl. They were here.
Yeah.
They're doing so good. Like, yo, we winning. So let's get into some real foolishness. Why was Jennifer Lopez chosen to do the Motown Records tribute?
Gina Rodriguez.
This, you know, record label is predominantly black. I get therefore inclusion. But why is a little Jennifer Lopez sitting here doing the most? Let's have a toast. Mm-hmm. Like, how do y'all feel about this? Because I want to let y'all go first.
Jennifer, you know, I saw a tweet, and, you know, it said her best acting role was when she pretended to be a singer. So, you know, like, that's just how I feel about it. Like, she just needs to just stick to, like, acting. Like, there is no need for her to do, like, a Motown. Like, how, like, I mean, I get, like, she started, like, in Living Color, but, like, that, no. Like, you don't need to be out there doing a Motown tribute. Like, period. No.
Period.
No, I don't think she should have been. I think she's a great performer. Like, she had a whole Las Vegas residency, and she can do the whole, like, dancing, and I don't know what she's saying, but whatever. But I don't think that, first of all, how she performed the tribute, I don't think gave, like, Motown the recognition that it deserved. She was wearing, like, not saying that, like, okay, but, like, I think outfit has a lot to do with your performance, and, like, I don't think that how she dressed and, like, how she made it seem as if it was, like, her Las Vegas residency, just with, like, Motown music. And, like, I don't think she should have, even if they asked her to do it, she should have said no.
Yeah.
I don't think, it's not your culture to represent.
Oh my God. Like, and I know the Grammys had their little left hand or right hand in this foolishness. Y'all could have had anybody. Fantasia. Yolanda Adams. There was so much Motown people in the building. Tony Braxton's now with Motown.
Mm-hmm. I just want to know how they were just like, like
J-Lo.
Yeah.
Ready?
Like,
ready? Oh, Motown tribute. Jennifer Lopez.
Like, how do you, like, where's the correlation? Like, you know, like, that graph is, like, the X, Y, and it's, like, no correlation. Like, how?
No, and, like, okay,
Houseway.
So she played the role of Selena in, like, her movie, and even then there was so much backlash at the time because she is Puerto Rican and Selena is a Chicana. And, like, it was a whole, like,
wait,
why
Chicana,
is she...
What is that?
It's a person who was born in Texas and grew up. It's like saying experiencing like a Mexican American.
Okay.
But of like she lived in like the border between Mexico and Texas.
Okay.
So it was saying like, and even then like she did a great job and she resembled her like to the T. But if there was so much controversy around two people within the same, just like they're both Latinas. Imagine, like, she should have thought, like, okay, if that much controversy happened then, like, imagine something that, like, I don't represent. Like, it's not my story to tell.
Like,
so.
Why don't you just decline it?
Oh, my God.
I know, this gave me flashbacks to when they had the Aaliyah biopic, and they were talking about how they wanted... some racially ambiguous. I think it was Zendaya.
They wanted Zendaya to do it.
And Zendaya was like.
Zendaya turned it down. But the main reason Zendaya turned it down though was because they Wendy Williams didn't get permission from the family to make the biopic. They said that they did not want Aaliyah. Like, they did not want that biopic to be created, and they just went ahead and did it anyways.
Yeah, but like also because of the fact that like she felt she didn't fit the character like that. But that was the main reason, because of the family situation. Just like. At the end of the day, what I'm trying to say basically is just Motown, Grammys. I feel as though you could have chose somebody different.
You could have chose literally anybody.
Anybody, because there are so many Motown artists at that award show, and you chose Jennifer Lopez. Y'all want to...
I just don't get how you got to how Jennifer Lopez's name just like came up in this board meeting. Like, who thought like Motown J-Lo? Like, that is the one.
Like, the Grammys have such, like, this year, a lot of controversy. And, yo. With that being said, y'all, we are now finished with this Grammy situation. I know if I missed anything, my bad. Don't blame my heart, blame my mind. My boy 21 Savage is free. Let's get it. Let's go. But Offset rode hard. Oh my god, wait, I'm not getting into this Chris Brown Offset situation. No thank you. I don't know too much about it. Hold on, I seen all the foolishness.
Didn't he literally put his address and was like, come up, and then Offset just kept saying like police. The 12, yeah,
he's like, you're 12, you're the police, and he's like, pull up. But they someone called the wellness check-in to Chris Brown.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, and the cops came. About the guard goes, he's fine. He's fine. Don't worry about it. But I'm not going to get into that because that's another time. However, that is all for our podcast this night or tonight. Oh, my God. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for listening to our foolishness and what we had to say about this little Grammy debacle. Thank you to my hosts, Amber and Angelica. And I am your host, main host, Chris. And thanks for tuning into Stay Shady. Have a nice night.